Welcome in, everyone. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I lost track of time, and then I had to clean my desk off and whatnot, so made me a few minutes late. And then I spent the whole 5 minute intro frantically looking for my skizzers that wound off somewhere else. Let's see. I saw Alex Scott first, and then Crazy got second, and clicked I'm here. So thank you for that, guys. Diddly doos. Oh, I know what I wanted to check. Okay. My audio was being weird earlier, so I wanted to double check it. So we have the adventure in Transylvania today, and like I said, the according to the digital booklet, there's 48 bags in here, but past experience has told me these bags don't always hold a lot. Like, I don't know, they're not very full. And this box is like stuck inside the other box. Oh, there we go. So I'm not sure how many bags we'll do, but we'll get it all sorted out, and then we'll decide. So we got our box in a box. Let me try to get my mouse out of the way. I forgot we're doing winter weather today. Oh, there's stickers. I think there's supposed to be 11 stickers in this set. They were a little bent, but hopefully they stick alright. So this is the little book, the little like card you get in there with info about the set and the designer and whatnot. You don't get instruction booklets in these. These are like digital instructions only. So well, hopefully your winter weather thingy is going well. I missed if I said something. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Bags galore! Bags everywhere! Oh, come on. Oh. Okay. Let's see where we're at. Hey, I found bag 1. Found bag 1. Whoop woo. We'll go from there. So, these are 10 singles. Oh, we're back to plastic bags. How I wish it would have been paper. Yeah, I see number 2 has like nothing in it really. So I don't know. Because I was doing, what, 6 bags a stream. And that would, like, so 12 a week. And that would be, this would be 4 weeks worth of stuff. But, oh, and an unnumbered bag. But when they have just a few pieces in it, that makes it hard. So we'll just roll with it and see where we get to. And like this bag, look, like nothing. I know, I had paper bags last week in a 3-in-1 set, and now we're back to all this plastic. Like, if they can do that set in paper bags, why not all the sets? Oh, another unnumbered bag. So, I hate plastic. Like, I try to not... Oh, another unnumbered bag. Like, I try to use as much reusable products as possible. Another unnumbered bag. So all this, that's one of the downsides of Lego. This is a lot of plastic that isn't recyclable. I wish they would just switch to the paper. I feel like it's been like 2 years of this. Well, eventually we'll switch to all paper. Well, when will that eventually be? I never know if you guys want to see this part or if you'd rather I just have this all done and go. If you hate the sound of the crinkly plastic, this is probably not your favorite part. I'm not sure how much it picks up the crinkly plastic either. So. I mean, I assume it does to some degree, but so I am excited for this set. It looks really cool in the like pictures. So look at bag 25. That's like nothing. You could put that in a different bag. But I don't know how they decide how much to put in each bag or things like that. But we shall see. We are almost done. We have... Okay, that is the end. We just gotta make sure we found them all and got them in the right order. Stop trying to fall off the counter, bag. One and then 40. So if we split that 48 bags, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Two, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 40. Just 2, 2, 3, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, and 30. And we'll do 24 bags on each side. You bags. Not your turn yet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So all the bags plus 4 unnumbered bags really puts us at 52 bags. Like I said, some of those look really like dinky, like there wasn't much in them. So we shall see. Okay. So let's this is the Adventure in Transylvania set designed by Sleepless Night. it opens and closes, so you kind of have like, it isn't just like outside on one side, inside on the other. You can close it so it's a complete building, or open it up so you can see the inside on one side. Sorry. Okay. I believe there's supposed to be 11 stickers and 13 or 14 minifigures. Sorry, my brain farted. Yes. So it's 725 unique pieces, 4,056 total parts, 14 minifigures, and 11 stickers. It says Adventure in Transylvania is a project I've been planning for at least 2 years. Initially, it had nothing to do with BDP. I simply wanted to build a dark vampire castle. A long time ago, I noticed that the greatest variety in Lego pieces is available in black and white. This especially applies to Technic elements, which I really enjoy using to recreate architectural details. And such a color choice leads towards a rather narrow range of themes, vampires being one of the most obvious. The final decision was influenced by the release of 2 Lego sets in 2023, the Rivendell and the Orient Express. I have the Orient Express, but not Rivendell. The first one is so perfect that it immediately discouraged me from attempting to complete it using white elements. The second one directed attention to Eastern Europe and the stories of the region's most famous vampires. It was the right moment to seriously get to work, and when the Lego Collectible Minifigure Series 25 introduced the Vampire Knight, there was no turning back. In this construction, I could weave several visually striking elements such as raw medieval fortress, delicate Gothic architecture, and even some steampunk details. It's also worth mentioning the complementary colors in the set. Of course, the dark red walls immediately catch the eye, adding life, enhancing the sense of dread and giving the structure a rather unique character. The dark blue of the roof not only serves as a color contrast, but also references the Orient Express, which, as I mentioned, was one of the sources of inspiration here. So, it's centimeters. I can tell you what it is. I don't know. Can we click on his name? So he's created 7 total projects. He did Castle of Afall and something, Mountain Fortress, Lion's Castle, Sabri Island, Anadomino, Sleepless Night Bay. So I don't know how many of these became sets. Several were staff picks, but I don't know if any of them became design like sets. Except for this one, obviously. But so he's done a couple Bricklink creations. Okay, Midnight Lycanroc Wolf Pokemon. I don't have a Geoball. Do I have an Ultra Ball? Pokecat Ultra. Move my mouse so I can see what I'm typing. Nope, okay. Oops. We'll just do Pokecats then. Like I said, it's supposed to have 48, well, it does have 48 bags, plus 4 unmarked bags, and 11 stickers, and 14 minifigs. Can be opened and closed, and we'll just kind of go with it and see how many we do in a day. We got the green Okay, so it says bags 1 plus some other pieces. Ooh, I caught it. I wasn't sure I would. Because it's just a regular basic Pokemon. Okay, it wants 2 of those. 2, 4, 5, 10 by 6. So it wants 4 of those. I got those 3. It doesn't want. Oh. How long are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. So it's these. So just one of those. Okay. No more of the things in here. I don't think any from this bag. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Fun trick-or-treating, whether that was you trick-or-treating or taking your kids. Or, you know, just doing whatever. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 3, 3. Okay, so one of those. One more of those. Okay, no more of those. I don't know why these pieces couldn't have just been put in that bag. They weren't like super different. Like, or that they would have changed the bag shape. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. So I have this, I have this, I have this, and this for that side. 2, do. Okay, so just 2 more different kinds of angled pieces. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, we're almost a half an hour in, and we're starting the first bag, but that's okay. That's all right. We're just going to take our time and see where we get. Okay. 3 of these. Right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep. And then we should have 3. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little angled. Let's swap this. Let's put this over there and the directions in front of me, so I'm not like constantly looking over to the side and maybe like angling my body that way. We mostly cleaned this weekend and got organized. We took the children and a bonus child, my daughter's friend, trick-or-treating on Friday, and then we just kind of cleaned and organized. Okay, so this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, and then probably this piece and this piece. Okay. Make sure I just stay in frame because I'm good at getting out of frame. God have fucking mercy. So, there's that. I'm guessing, I don't want to say that this is automatically going to be like the open and close of the building, but it might. We'll just kind of go along and find out. Way below. What I meant to grab. So we want this piece. Oh, yeah, that'll be right. It helps if I don't start to freak out and I just, think where all the pieces are gonna go. Welcome in, Alex. Hopefully you got some rest and your weekend was good. So as we were like getting the bags sorted and whatnot, some of the bags did have very few pieces, so I don't know how many bags I'm gonna do a day. Like what the goal would be. Some of them don't have a lot in it, but I don't know. I guess we'll just see where we are. Because what I usually aim for is like 2 hours of building, and then that's alright. Real life, you gotta do what you gotta do. I usually aim for like half and half, like 2 hours of building and then 2 hours of something else, whether that's a craft, a game, or whatever. That's usually what I aim for. It's a nice even amount and it doesn't get me like burned out. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna aim for that. Cause like bag 15 was it bag 15 or like bag 25? I don't know. It was a bag. And it was a main number bag, but it was only the size of like the buddy bags. Or like the little bags you get inside. It wasn't very big. And even some of the like bigger bags just didn't have a ton in it. So we'll kind of play it by ear. Like I said, I usually aim for that like half. And I don't, I'm not sure if you guys enjoy that or not, but that's what I've been doing. Nobody's complained. Okay, so this and this. It shows this like this. Okay, they do one. It's just spaced out. Okay. Just with that space there. Yeah, I figure that gives like some variety to the stream and I don't get burned out or wind up having to spend like a literal fortune to continue to stream because Legos are expensive. I have December's already. So I'm betting this will take most of November, especially since like the last week of November, which is Thanksgiving. Let me pull up the calendar here on my computer. We'll be gone visiting friends that whole last week of November. So really I have like 3 weeks. So if I kind of just try to get it done in those 3 weeks, so 6 streams, 6, 12, 24. 6, 12 is 1 week. 24 is the second week. 36 and then 48. is 8. So if I do like roughly 8 bags a stream, that should get us like those 3 weeks. But also, we'll just have to see what 8 bags looks like. Some of it depends on like other things we wind up doing during stream, like if it's like somebody what redeems, you know, like crochet for this or do cross stitch or do this or do that. You know, those things like alter, you know, things like that. But as like a baseline. So that demo we did of like Servant by the Lake, where you know the arm comes out the mouse hole and we cut that guy's ear off. I mean, I put that game on my wish list, but I looked at other games they made, and one was called like Beyond the Pale, and you're a sea captain on an Arctic voyage, and it went on sale for like $3 or something like that. So I grabbed it. So we have that game to try. Hopefully it's a little silly like the other one. You know, you kind of want to doing weird stuff. But I have that. So we can try that today. Or I have a diamond art that I need to finish that I keep saying I need to finish, but I have not. We are officially in November. So I need to turn back on my redeem for the Christmas ornament. And oh, sorry, my brain farted right there in the middle. And people who like continually subscribe, you know, get in contact with them and see which one they want. Sorry, my brain, as you can tell, is not really worky today. Words are hard and they mean things. This also had 4 unmarked bags with it. So we'll have to periodically dig through those to find the things, you know. Okay, that's weird. I'll show you. So this is the step I just did, right? And then step 10 shows just these 2 pieces, but then it also has this. So they didn't put this piece in the... They just put the plus one of the extra pieces, but they didn't say which one. I will say that sometimes these Bricklink directions are a little wonky. A Huntail, which is a deep sea Pokemon. He's a weekly quest for weight Pokemon. Netball is the ball. Oh, helps if I type right. I don't think I have any though. Yep, I didn't think I do. Catch. Let's do heavy ball. I think I have some of those. If we wanted to be a weighty Pokemon, you know, maybe. So it looks like there might be some guess work involved if it's going to just be like, hey, yeah, and one of the extra pieces we mentioned. Come on, click in. But as I was saying, I have my, like this, I plan for this to really take all of this month. as far as like the building portions. And then I have December's, which is the big tree and the upscale Santa minifig. And then I think in January we'll do the chocolatier set I have from Bricklink. That gives me somewhat of a plan for like the rest of the year into January. If we hadn't, if the vote hadn't been to build this month, I would have done the chocolatier set. Pinch, 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 pinch. Hopefully Joe is beginning to feel better. Hey, get back in there. Okay, so this goes there. This. The Boy Wonder has an endocrinology appointment on Thursday, but it's at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully we'll be able to get there, do it, and get back by the time stream happens. Well, that is fantastic to hear. I'm glad. I know it's such a pain in the butt, but some things do have to kind of get worse before they can get better. Because it just takes time for the medicine to work and things like that. So it's frustrating because you're like, he has medicine and he has the things he needs. Why is it still not working? Could it be something else? But it just takes a minute for the meds to get in the system and really start working. And I know you had to add the rescue inhaler type thing. And that probably helped. That he wasn't like, it was giving him that break, his lungs that break. Okay, so this is bag 1. Roughly, for comparison. Not that that really compares anything, but, 2 hands. It said it in centimeters, and I don't know what that is, so. It said how tall and whatnot in centimeters, but I'd have to do the Google centimeter to inches. Spread out some of these pieces so we can see. Fine, go in the floor bag. I missed the little box that I had over there to throw my plastic bags in. Okay, we need 1 of you, 2 of you. This one. Okay. Trying to make sure you guys can like see. But it's hard to like for me anyway to like get the camera ready because I kind of have to guess where I think, like how big it's gonna really be spatially wise. Because unless I get my ruler out and like measure, I have no. I cannot go, oh, something's a foot long, and then be like, it's this long, and like spatially, visually visualize it. I can't do that. I'm not that type of person. So it's hard for me to, yeah. Like, oh my God, we, did like the big, like, clean the bathrooms and we cleaned the kitchen and we washed all the bedding. And then, like, so I didn't get all the bedding done. I did fantasies yesterday and I still have to wash the bathroom mats and our comforter. But I was like, okay, I still have to do, the normal laundry I do during the week. So it was like, laundry is the never ending adult story. Like for adults, laundry is the never ending story. Laundry and dishes. I hate that you will do all the dishes and you'll look around and you'll be like, no more dishes. I got them all. And you turn it, you wash your hands, you dry them, you hang up the towel, and then there's like 3 more pots. And you're like, where did those come from? They were not just there. I looked. I definitely looked and they were not there. Okay, let's see if I do this correctly. Like this. That's what it looks like. And then this. Yeah, okay. I mean, we have the kids help clean, but it's still like, okay, check over it, make sure it's clean. Sometimes help them like, okay, this is how you when this happens, this is how you clean it, kind of a deal. So 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Not sure how I'm gonna get these all lined up eventually, but we'll figure that out then. Well, that's good. That's nice that he's coming to help out. Carpet can be a pain in the butt. I have thought about looking into one of those ruggables, like where you can't. Oh, I forgot to start my closed captioning. Those ruggables where like you're supposed to be able to like pull it up and wash it in your wash machine. Part of me is like, oh, I would really like that, and then the other part's like, oh, you're gonna be disgusted by the price. Don't even look it up. Yeah. Ooh, girl, you just can't catch a break. Where are you, you silly brick? Oh, there you are. You're just turned upside down. Hiding in plain sight. Okay. Well, I do think this is gonna be like, cause this build is supposed to be like you can close it and it's a whole building, or you flip it open and you can have like front and interior. So I do think this is all gonna be like one part, and then this is like the beginning of the other part. I'm really like thinking that's how it's gonna be, but we'll see. You know, it's hard to know for sure until it gets going. So, but I'm pretty sure that's how this is gonna go. Okay, so touching the corner, then this is touching the other corner, and then this is like that. Okay, let's try more of these bricks. Welcome in, Dusa. I forgot to put the Bungo Cat thing in. Give me a second and I will put it in. This, I'm not organized like I usually am. I'm semi put together normally. I feel like today, totally not put together at all. I, lost track of time. Not in the sense like, oh my god, I forgot I'm streaming, but like, sorry. Like, oh my god, I forgot I still have to clean like the side of my desk off. Kind of lost track of time. Like, I didn't leave myself enough time to do that. So I was a few minutes late, and that's what the mad scramble led me to like forget like 10 other things. I don't think so. Oh, typing is not working today. Bongo cat code. There we go. And we'll pin that. I think third is still available, Dusa, if you want it. A Jigglypuff, which is a balloon Pokemon. Fantasy Ball or Heal Ball. Pokey Catch Fantasy Ball. Do I have one? I must, because it didn't say I didn't. I usually, like, I feel like Crazy's usually the only one I get, like, a numbered thing in. Carrot, I always miss because his are gone, like, instantaneous. Like, he barely says I'm live and they're all gone. Okay. So there's our first one. This is our second one. Thank you. It's a little deer. It's so adorable. And I actually found the little like spray of stuff above it by accident. I was just clicking everything that said new to get it to like, so if I needed to like turn things in, it would be easier. You know, like trade things. And when I clicked and I was like, ooh, I like that. Because sometimes it's hard to tell, like, what the thing is in that little, like, tiny little box. I had a different headpiece on before I found that one. What was it? Yeah, like sometimes you're like, what is that supposed to look like? I think it was this. I had like a little leaf on its forehead. I do like that you can favorite them. So that way it makes it easier to like find the one you like again. I do agree that I wish there was some way to like make it easier to see besides clicking on it. Oh, you're not on a peg. You're in between them. Boo. I hate trying to mush things down in the in between. Like, why couldn't you just put it on a peg? Why does it gotta be in between them? Yeah, that too. Or like that you could trade with your friends. That like that be part of the multiplayer. That you could trade with friends. Be like, I have two of this and you have two of this. I'll trade you, and then we each have one. Well, there we go. Go empty, you make me come, 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 please. Oh, did want two blue. Right? Like maybe I can put that in the Bongo Cat Discord. Be like, is there a way we can get person to person trading, like when you're in a group? You know, because I'm sure they have like a suggestion box, and it may not be something that's feasible, but you know, letting them know wouldn't hurt. Come on. Nope, wrong one. I mean, because their trade in here is kind of like the Wonder Trade with Pokemon. You never know what you're going to get, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Because when you do the Wonder Trade, you're not guaranteed like a new thing either. But I do wish the trading were slightly better. Pick up the things, fingers. Okay. They follow all this. Then they want this. Okay, then. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where this little brick went. Oh, I see it now. We'll close that so we can have it more centered. Okay, what's the 6, not the 8? Okay, so we have this. We want this even with that. Maybe in a couple minutes, or I shouldn't say maybe, in a couple minutes when we have ads, I'll check to see if there's like a suggestion box on the Bungo Cat Discord. Because I'm pretty sure I'm in the Discord. Maybe I'm not. Maybe there isn't one. I don't know. But I will check. Listen, the military doesn't get paid. They ain't working. It's ridiculous. Which I don't see how that can be true because there's a provision written in that they continue to get paid. Because God forbid somebody attacks while we're in a government shutdown and the military is like, yeah, I'm getting paid. I'm not real interested in defending you right now. Okay, so bag 2, we added like the little dot things and this kind of platformy part. It's a mess. His approval rating is so low. Like, nobody likes him. And honestly, after bragging about scoring so well on the dementia test, couldn't we just use that among the other many illegal things he's done to impeach him? Oh, lordy, with the varying shades of leaves. So it looks like one of these, one red, then a light orange, and a bright yellow. Ads are gonna start in 1 minute. Welcome in, Mac Builds. I hope you're having a good day. I'm guessing it's shades of leaves. I guess they don't mean, maybe they mean that. This. Yeah, this. Okay. Well, for sure, this one. So there's our angled one. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's one away. Oh no! Not the flu. Well, I hope you feel better soon. I'm guessing. I think this is the right color. Let me see if I can find a better picture to show me. I think I got the right colors. Okay, we're in ads. I'm going to check if there is a Discord for Bongo Cat. Community Hub. Discussions. Oh, there's a Discord. Oh, I did belong to the... It's IROX Games. That's why I didn't see it. Or think about it. I don't know if there's anywhere like... I see bugs / suggestions. Okay, there's one about trading. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So I found a thing in here, Dusa, if you're still here. It says, hello, I was wondering if anyone knows if it is possible to trade / gift items with your friends. They came back and said, hello, unfortunately, trading was removed because of bots abusing it. Only thing we can do is use Marketplace. So at one time, they did have that. But then, you know, one bad apple's gotta screw it up for all of us. It is, sad that you don't have it anymore. Because I would really love to trade with people. Put the leaf up. Stay on. I'm gonna guess this color and a regular light one. The light one over here. And then this one over here. Like that. That is a bummer. I would love to trade with people. Okay. This is our angled piece, and then just 4 total dots across the top. Then this piece. And then this one over. This one underneath. Okay, and that one like that. And then this one like that. Why the bots always gotta ruin it? I must have been wrong on this. It not being the lightest brick. It must have been one shade deeper. Right? It's a mess. It's not even a mess. It's a shit show. I was telling Crazy. I was listening to this guy talk about SNAP benefits. Right? Like the divide is so huge. Like a lot of people think you can no longer disagree with somebody and like still be friends with them. I can disagree with you all day long and still like be friends with you. Yep. So I watched this documentary. It started with it was kind of about the Duggars. And then it led to season 2 of it was because the Duggars were very religious or are very religious. To talk of like the Christian nationalists, like young kids, like teenagers. They were all going to summer camps about, yay, love Jesus, which is not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I mean? But it was said that like these camps kind of led to this whole indoctrination type deal where it was like it wasn't just like love Jesus, love your neighbor. It was like we want you to like get in the government and make it to what it kind of is right now, where like everything is based on all these laws are wanting to be made based on the basis of religion, which we have separation of church and state. So like repeal, get rid of Roe versus Wade, and kind of like this whole thing. And it seems almost like when I was watching it, I was like, this seems almost like your next conspiracy theory. But so much of it, you're like, okay, maybe it's not that conspiracy theory after all. Like, never mind. basically like the Christian nationalists or whatever intended to kind of infiltrate the government in a way. Oh, one too far. And like I said, it is a documentary. You take what you want from it, but that is the vibe I got that they were trying to give out. Oh, this is one more down. And then this one is here. Close that so I can move this. But I it's like this huge divide. Like, you can't disagree with somebody and just be like, okay, I see your point, but, and then like find a middle ground. It is so like, so far apart. Like, you don't have to agree with everyone. That's, in fact, not even like really possible. But you can, you know, be like, I respect your viewpoint, but you want this and I want this. We have to find somewhere in the middle. You know, because compromise, everybody leaves unhappy. That's how compromise works. Both parties leave semi unhappy because you didn't get exactly what you wanted. This one guy, he it wasn't like a real political thing. It was just kind of him talking. He was saying that he thought like because a lot of stuff gets swept in a little bit at the end. You know, like, you've got this big bill and it's about whatever. But then they sneak in 20 tiny little things in it. Like, he's like, everything should be voted on individually. No more sneaking in things to make it pass. So it shows that either of these could go there. So this one looks like, almost like it says like TC. Or this one, we use the sticker. It says, rest in peace, AVH 1836 to 1898. Come on. There we go. So you can use either of them in this, like, on here. I'm going to use this one. And we'll set this one to the side. Like, I'm not religious at all. I'm not for organized religion at all as a whole. But that isn't like, oh my god, I can't be friends with anybody who's religious. No, like, as long as you're not trying to force your religion on me, I don't care. Believe what you want. Okay, so we have this. Then one back against the seam. And then this. Well, I guess the angle of those flowers was just, or leaves, was just a little off. We'll fix that. I don't know. I feel like he's done so many, like, weird, underhanded, and, like, illegal things that we should be able to impeach him. Plus, he doesn't seem like he knows what's going on from, like, day to day. Like, can we have him medically evaluated? Those are angled pieces, but I should have a non-angled piece. Because you're angled. And you're angled. I think I'm missing a piece. Make sure it didn't, like, fall down. Nope. It should be, like, a normal thickness brick, but... Yeah, like, it's just... Like, he's trying to make himself a king. You're the president. You're not above the law. And that's what he did. He's trying to make himself above the law. Well, he did make himself above the law, which is ridiculous. And you know the reason the Epstein files haven't come out yet is because his name is in it. Okay, Alex. I am missing a square piece. I will double check the bag to make sure I didn't miss it, but... Nope, there's no pieces in the bag, and there's not enough bags in here to, like, hide the sound. That sounds like something I would do. I'd be like, I'll just be over here. Let me make sure it didn't say, like, that it should be a plus piece or something. Ooh, went too far. Nope, it just said bag 3. Double checking these bags anyway. Nope. Okay, I'm missing a piece. Boo. Okay, let me see. Let me think. I think they're over in the sorting thing over here. I mean, it's black, so it's not going to be super common. I just got to remember where the piece is. Like, where those pieces are. Okay, I did have an extra one. So, but, I'll write down black square, and then I will put in that I got, let's see, black square piece. Okay. But yeah, this is the piece that I'm missing. And I want it right there. And I know some people, don't like politics on here. And I try not to get overly political, but ooh, sorry. I do talk some political. I think it's important to be able to have like conversations with people. Like, even if you don't agree with the way they think or how they feel, you know, being able to discuss things is good. And sometimes by discussing them, you gain, well, not all the time, but you can gain a new perspective on something. I firmly believe you can be whatever you want to be, think whatever you want to think, as long as you're not like forcing other people, like, oh, because I believe this way, you have to believe this way. Or because I think this is how this should be handled, everybody has to do it this way. We have a rat. A ratty rat. Oop. Now we make a skelly man. Okay. Skelly face. Make sure I put his feet on the right way, because one time I built it and like, because you can clearly see those are toes, you know. One time I had like one set of toes facing forward and one set of toes facing the other direction, like his legs were on weird. I was like, oops. Cause another thing overwritten. I'm tired of thinking about what will I do. Also, this is supposed to have a dot. Oh, I used it here by accident. I figured that's what I did with that one. Okay, so forward. This. Oh, he's gonna be like inside. He's inside. Okay. Oh, look at, I got this piece. Because this wasn't used anywhere that I saw. Going back to double check, but yep, I got this piece in this bag. And it wasn't in any of the instructions. But I didn't get the black piece that I needed. So we'll just keep that out in case it got in the wrong bag. We're on bag 4. And I think we said we're going to aim for like 8 bags ish a stream. If it happens, fine. If it doesn't, it doesn't. To get this done this month, because at the end of the month, we're going to visit friends for Thanksgiving, and I'll be gone the whole last week of November, so. And this is rough, it's 48 bags plus 4 unmarked bags. We have these in black in this bag. Think about it, will I do it? Okay. We want this here, then this. I guess it's a good thing I bought you that giant package of the adjusters in all different colors. Nope, I need a 4. A wedding, what a beautiful groom's bride is a whore. Closing the goddamn door now. And that's how they want that. Building a basement, maybe? Or like a platform, and then this is going to be hidden? I don't know. Okay, then we need a 2 that has little prongs on the front. There we go. We want prongs there. Well, we got little viewing windows, so we'll be able to see him underneath. Look, you can see the skelly man. Okay. And there. You, and then the thing that looks like a gold bar. Okay, we have this. One right there. So this set is 4,050-ish pieces. Oh, there's the piece. So it's a big set. Not like the biggest I've ever done, but a lot of pieces nonetheless. Nope, not you. You. And you. And you. So, this bar here. I say I felt my hand hit something. Hit this little guy. So here. And then this. This. And this. Okay. This. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out, like, without moving it, which piece goes where. Oh, that's where that piece goes. So, like, I guess it's okay without it on. And then it's a little bit less of a glare. Oh, that's not too much. Yeah, that's fine. Trying to, sorry, decide which is better. I guess maybe that for now, because it gives you kind of a closer up view of what's happening. I'm always worried that you guys aren't, like, feel like you're not getting a clear view of, like, what's happening. You're like, oh, I don't know, she's doing something. I think that's my biggest, like, on this, is, like, camera view angles. I'm always worried about, like, the view. Yes, they want it this way because it's the only one, and you don't see the little pokey part on this. A Ninjasic, which is a ninja Pokemon. So I know we're, like, just barely into November, but I'm a planner. I like to have a plan. So we are already, you know, talking Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatnot in our house. I'm a planner. I like to, not having a plan or trying to come up with stuff last minute makes me stressed out. Last year we went to North Carolina, South Carolina, I don't know, one of the Carolinas, um, to visit my brother-in-law for Christmas, and he said people can come out again if they want. Um, but Crazy's like, I just kind of want to stay at home and do nothing, which isn't a bad deal. We've talked in the past about doing, like, uh experience for Christmas versus, like, getting only gifts. Like, so spend less on gifts and do an experience. that can get that can be stressful, like trying to pack gifts or buy gifts when you get there. Or I guess, I mean, depending on, you could buy them online and have them shipped there. But still, that's like a lot of holiday travel. That's stressful. I don't think I'd ever want to travel like around a holiday like that. Like flying. Yeah, that isn't too bad then, because you kind of hit before and after like the mayhem of flight. But even so, like this year, like I'm not. People talk about how like with the government shutdown and stuff, like they don't really like flights aren't happening like they should. Did I use the wrong one somewhere else? I did. I used the 6 here instead of the 4. Or, I mean, I used the 6 instead of the 5. Let's try this one again. There we go. Yeah, there's talk about how, like, flights aren't happening like they should because of the government shutdown. So, I I have certain like pages or whatever that are very, they're, I find them reputable as far as like explaining a lot of the stuff that's happening, because sometimes you read it and you're like, what the hell does that even mean? You know? So, this one lady, she like will like break down and she doesn't say whether she agrees or disagrees. She just is stating what the paper is trying to say. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't really give her opinion on it. And she was so that's one. And then there's a guy who kind of does the same thing. He doesn't try to like say, well, I think it should be this way, or I disagree with it, or I agree with it. He just breaks down what is being put out into like ways you can maybe understand a little better. And he was talking about like the SNAP benefit thing. How like some people didn't get their SNAP benefits this past weekend or yesterday because the government said nope. But he was talking about like roughly $8 billion in SNAP benefits go out every month across all the states. And of that, Walmart gets about 25.1% of that 8 billion. So Walmart was like, "Yo, you need to get your shit together. We can't be losing $2 billion a month not getting SNAP, like not getting the money those people with SNAP benefits spend at our store." So Walmart is, I was like, just, what does Walmart care one way or the other unless it impacts them? So Walmart was like, get your crap together. But like, there's been talk about not paying people who have been furloughed because of the government shutdown. And it's just a crap show. Like, get in there and make a compromise. Both sets of parties need to leave unhappy. But the government needs to open and people need to get back to their life. Like, this isn't something that can continue forever. Okay, I think this is going to be like, it's two female minifigs, but like an adult minifig and a kid minifig. She's a lumberjack lady. She's a lumberjill. We have a lumberjill Well, some states basically sued independent, like, I don't know what exactly it's called, but I guess there was something where like states had to like come together when they went to the government when things like this happened. But Trump got rid of it very early on in his administration. So now some of the states are suing independently because there is a stash of money put back for the SNAP benefits. Like, it's still there, but it's being held because the government's in shutdown. But the money's technically there and earmarked for SNAP benefits. So, like, several states have sued the government, independent of each other, and got the money. Like, over the weekend, Pennsylvania sued and got $2 million for its SNAP beneficiaries. And I think California sued and like a couple other states. So some states did get their SNAP benefits, but they weren't released in mass as a whole like they normally are. And then we have a little girl, and she's got there's no double. Oh, she does have a double face, but she's got the, oh my god, what did I just see? You stop, Chucky. Oh, bag 4 or 5 before. Nope. Okay, didn't show any extra pieces. So I have 2 of these, 2 of these. I need this. So I don't know if your state was one that did it like that. And so some people may have gotten their SNAP benefits. So there's a weird thing currently happening for our county. Um, I think it's in not this year. It may be next year that like they're going to elect a new sheriff, right? And there's a guy running for sheriff that is currently awaiting trial. So his daughter was, how do I want to put it? His daughter was, whether I forget if it was on the internet, that's how he met her or whatever, but a like way older man, like I think he's in his 60s, somehow got like in contact with her and he kidnapped her. And the dad woke up in the middle of the night, went to check on her, and noticed she was gone. And he started driving around looking for her, and he saw the guy's truck, called into the police, and the police were like, there's nothing we can do about it. Like they weren't going to do anything. And so he essentially like drove him off the road and opened the car door and got his daughter out and shot him. And I would say this is bad, except for this older man who was shot, who had kidnapped the girl, had like 42 counts of like abducting children and pedophilia and stuff, like child crime related. Except he's like best friends with the current sheriff, so everything kind of gets dismissed. Nothing really gets investigated and things like that. Like, it is a crazy story. And I probably did not tell it right at all. But it is crazy. And now I'm like, I would vote for that guy. I will vote for him to be sheriff, you know. Not you. Oh, there it We're building, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like a monument or some, I don't know. We're building something. We'll see what it really is when we're done. I didn't see a grayed out thing where you can kind of tell what you're building. I love this song. Gonna be late. Oh, that guy makes you sad, makes you cry again. Oh no, down hang out with your friends. Maybe this way, smidgen. Oh, steps! That makes sense. And they're just gonna boop, hop right on. Pokemon spawn incoming. This goes on the back up here. Sandaconda, Sand Snake, weekly quest for weight. Says Geo Ball. I know I don't have a Geo Ball. So we'll just do Poke Catch. Heavy Ball. But then again, maybe they want it to be light. I don't know. It's gonna be like a fountain or something. You want it right there. Okay, so I don't know. This is the so we took the kid who went trick or treating with us, Fantasy's friend. We took him home afterwards. And this is the second friend of hers who doesn't actually know their address. We're like, "Where do you live?" And he's like, "It's either 1914 or 1419, whatever road." And I was like, "But you don't know the exact address?" And he's like, "No, it's one of those two." And then in the end, it wasn't either of those two. But we were on the right road. I was like, "You guys have got to learn your addresses." But this is the second friend of hers who I've taken home who didn't know their exact address. Oh, I was one too far forward. That's why it didn't line up. I was like, that piece isn't there. And I was right. That piece was not there. Ow. Make sure that's pushed in. That's as far as I can make that go. Okay, now we need 3 little... Oh, we're making a little flower plant. Yeah, I pushed one of the flowers off. Trying to grip it and make sure a different flower got on. Here we go. So this was just, I mean, I haven't ran across the other half of it, so. Whoa! Get out. We'll have ads in just a couple minutes. And when they do, I need to switch my washer and dryer. So I will put you on the Be Right Back. Welcome in, Trell. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me check it off or I'll forget. Okay. Here. We are doing the adventure in... Okay, see, now it's too dark. There's... It is a Bricklink set that came in right at the end of October. We did a poll in Discord whether we wanted to save it for next Halloween or build it right away, and build it right away was the winner hands down. So you can see our little skelly guy underneath the archway there, along with our little rat friend. I'm sure the rat friend feasted on him. He was a good meal. Welcome in, Devin. Thank you for the I'm here. I hope your weekend was good. So I'm lazy, and I just have the cats food delivered through Chewy. Like, it just comes, and I'll get an email for them like, hey, you want to review your order because your order's going to ship soon. And so, like, the main thing is her food, and then I change other things in and out, you know, to make it enough for free shipping. But this time we tried some new treats, like a new treat company. Um, I saw somebody else, uh, like give their cats these treats, and I was like, I wonder if Noodles would like them. Uh, but they're literally freeze dried minnows. So it's like the whole little minnow fish freeze dried. And then some chunks of rabbit meat were one of the other ones we got. And she loves it. And then I saw this thing where they talked about like cats typically have dental issues because unlike dogs, there's not a lot of treats or whatever to help them clean that like their teeth, essentially brush their teeth. So unless you can get your cat to let you brush their teeth, you know, they could wind up with dental issues. So they're these little like wooden sticks and stuff. Like that's the middle. It's got like rope tied around it and some sprig like straw-y type stuff on the ends. And the idea is that the cat chews on it and it helps clean the plaque off their teeth. So we got a pack for Noodles and she just, you find her on the floor, all four paws up in the air, chewing on this stick. So I guess it's working. My weekend was good. Actually, I got done putting my new Lego chef together. Add some LED lights. I made a little bit. Ooh, okay. That sounds cool. I think about doing the LED, like the LED strip lights from like IKEA or whatever. And then I just never do. Because I'm like, oh my god, I would probably need a lot of that. Four, 5, 6. But I mean, I guess I could get them from somewhere else. I don't strictly need them from IKEA, but every time I go to IKEA, I see them and I think about it. Ooh, we're gonna make a floor, like a pattern floor. So, ooh, that's gonna start in 1 minute. They will run for 3 minutes, and then we will be back. I do not generally build during the ads. Sometimes I keep playing games during the ads, but even that I try to limit. Try is the key word. Sometimes you can't. This time I will put you guys on be right back because I need to switch my washer and dryer because adulting sucks. But you know, always gotta have clean clothes. That's a pretty cool floor. I wonder if we'll continue it on. Usually I just kind of sit here and do whatever during the ads. Sometimes it's talking, sometimes we look things up. There's no rhyme or reason to pretty much anything that happens here. But this time I do need to switch my washer and dryer, so. Oh, there we are. I will put you guys and be right back. Sorry about that. When I went out, the boy child was talking to me, so about his game. But also, this shirt came in from my fourth wall. It says "I'm a joy," and these flowers have little skulls in the middle. But there's another one that has like pretty flowers. But you can be a joy. Okay. I gathered these pieces, but I didn't put them on. Okay. Welcome back from ads. And like I said, I'm sorry that took a little bit longer than the 3 minutes. Okay, let me put this on first to make sure. Doing it right. Yeah. So the goal is 8 bags, and we're on bag 6. And then this way. I got a new game we can try, or play a different game, or do a crafter. I don't know, but we'll see where we're at time wise. I never know. If you're new here, I never know what I'm doing. I have a general outline of what I'm going to do, and beyond that, no. But I am always open to suggestions and things like that. Okay, none of these bricks looked blue. But there was a blue one. But it did not look blue, it just looked gray until I moved the light. So, let's fix this. So, blue brickwork, review, an L, and a tall. These on top of these pillars. Just a few extra pieces, but all normal extra pieces. Now bag 7, and this guy looks sheriff-y. Well, I guess not sheriff-y. I don't know, like Indiana Jones. Oh, the hat reminds me of Indiana Jones, but like the minifigure body reminds me of a pirate, so I don't know what's going on here. body, hat, legs. So, like, the body reminds me of a pirate, right? That's pirate-esque to me. And we got this Indiana Jones type hat and a gun. A musket. Whatever. So this is our third minifigure of the set. To go with our Lumberjill and the little girl. Move that big giant piece over to the side. These. Ooh, we build a book at some point. A bench or something? A desk? Over here. They were supposed to have their Atlas testing like a couple weeks ago, but then the whole AWS Amazon web services went down and Carrots, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. There's a piece somewhere. Carrot Cleric just finished raiding from Scrap Not, where they were scrapping it up with friends. Now they're probably... Oh, it turned on me. Now they're probably off to crochet something, crochet some ducky hats or crochet some Pusheen panels. Maybe they'll even get distracted by a cat dating sim again. Who knows with this carrot? Welcome in, Carrot and friends. Welcome in, Kevin. Is that Sergeant Dingo Pants? Because I love that name. And thank you for the follow. If you're new here, just randomness happens here. There's no other way to put it. We are just random here. Carrot, look, I got my I'm a Joy shirt in. Woo. With my skelly flowers. And I have the sweatshirt now that says words are hard and they mean things. I just took it off like right during the break. I feel bad doing that in the camera because I'm like, look, my boobs, they're giant. Yeah, it's like, yeah, if you're new here, I'm sorry. Yeah, the weirdness. I have a general plan for how things are going to go, and beyond that, I don't know. They just happen. Yeah, it's just chaos. Things happen. But I am book loving builder, and obviously I like to build. And we talk about books, and I do the crafts, and I play video games. And like I said, there's just a kind of weird chaos that happens. It is, I don't know, it is chaotic sometimes, but not in like the traditional sense of chaos. It's more like you never know what's going to happen. Things sometimes take a very weird tangent. But Carrot, if you have to raid and run, or if anybody else needs to raid and run, I completely understand. Self-care is important. Thank you for the raid. If you choose to stay, thank you for that as well. We are doing the Adventure in Transylvania, which is a Bricklink set. So you don't get it. It is all Lego pieces, like not Flego, but you don't order it from Lego. You order it from Bricklink, and it's sent to you from Lego. It's amazing what you find when you move furniture. I'm always slightly worried when we have to move furniture about what's going to be on underneath with children who like, I'll just leave it where it is. Like, it's fine. Ooh, our second sticker of the set. There's only 11 stickers for this set, so I'm very happy. That sticker did not go on well. That was all crooked. And then we'll get a sticker on the front of the book, and I will show it to you guys. It says Magia Posthuma? I don't know. And then on the inside, it says Olmutz. I don't know if it'll... Okay, there we go. I wasn't sure if it would focus that close. So, I feel yeah, by like mid-afternoon on Saturday, I was like, okay, I'm not sure. Like, every time I would go to stand up, I'm like, is my leg gonna hold me, or am I just gonna wind up on the floor? Like, is it gonna work, or is an emergency room visit in my future? Yeah. I'd be like, okay, I need to take a break and sit down. And so I'd sit down and still like sort stuff while I was sitting. But then I'd be like, okay, it feels better now, but also, is it gonna hold me when I stand up? Okay, this. No, they must want it this way. Okay, so it's supposed to look like this, like more books. Our little bookshelf here. Let's see if I can turn it so you guys can kind of see it. So we have like bookshelf. I feel like that too. Like we clean and it definitely feels like more spacious over there. Like it's not so cramped when you walk in, but like there's still stuff that needs to be done. And I think so we're trying to like not spend really because we're going away at the end of the month. So in an effort not to spend, if I don't leave the house I can't spend money or I'm less likely to. Anyway. Um so I think this coming weekend I'll try to tackle the boys' room cuz it just needs to be like organized better. Like where his bed and stuff is, like the room could be laid out better. Like what's in there could be positioned better. So I think this coming weekend that will be the tackle. Or maybe I'll take the minions to the zoo because we have a zoo membership. It's free. But if you came in with the raid and you are a streamer as well, feel free to let me know. If you're new to me, then I don't know that you stream, so and I try to give people follows back even if they don't stream, but if you do stream, I will attempt to catch you. But I am a frequent just lurker in streams. I don't like say anything. Usually cuz I'm doing something else as well. Oh, I bet I'm lurking in myself right now. I am. Okay. There we go. Now I'm not lurking in myself. Okay. Blue. Okay. Give this. This. And then this. Okay. But hopefully we get a better answer from Boy Wonder's endocrinologist this time than last time, where they basically said just feed him. We're more worried about his weight than we are about the fact that, he's 15 and looks like he's 10. He did have a growth spurt, but uh I don't know how close that puts him to being on target now. And I only know this because I had to buy him new pants. like know for sure that he had a growth spurt. Not that I'm eager for him to go back to his sports medicine doctor and like have the surgery scheduled, but at the same time, like he really can't do much right now while we're in this holding pattern. Another sticker. We're like a third of the way done with stickers now already. This one says WM 1873 to 1898. Come on, click on. So we have like, I guess like the memorial to that person in there. Maybe that's like their ashes, like an urn. And then we have the, skeleton underneath the floor. Whoop whoop. Last bag for today. Doesn't say any extra pieces from the extra bag. I will drop them in there. We did start a new brick tack set on Sunday. Okay, it looks like we're building more stairs. But, we won't be done after this bag. I'm going till 4 o'clock. There's still about an hour and a half left. And I have a new game we can try. There's that, and now this one. Nope, not you. I need the inverted one. There you are. So, it wants this piece like this, then that on the back, Here, that. Now we're gonna make this rounded. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay, so hopefully I'm doing this correctly. We're gonna have sausage bake for dinner tonight because I'm lazy and it's an easy meal. You just cut up sausage, what we call baby potatoes, and some peppers, and put it in a casserole dish and stick it in the oven for an hour. And then poof, it's done. There's only chopping and then done. Our bin goes out Wednesday as well, Alex. I set the Alexa with a reminder so it like goes off everywhere in the house to take the garbage out. Pad Thai. I've never made pad Thai. I'm not sure I would be good at it. The boy wonder likes to make beef and broccoli in the crock pot. Is it an accurate recipe for beef and broccoli? Probably not. But does it taste good? Yes. And he'll make it without fuss, and he needs like minimal help. So it's more like watch him as he cuts the meat and the broccoli, and he pretty much can do the rest himself. No, the boy wonder and crazy take the trash out. Um, fantasy, if it's time to empty like the cat's litter genie, then she has to take that out. Um, get this lined up correctly. There we go. No, it's just like it's a shock every week. Like, oh my god, it's Wednesday, it's trash night. Like, yeah, every week for the last 2 years since we've lived here. It just always seems so shocking. So I just set a reminder, and then I don't have to run through the house going, it's Wednesday, it's Wednesday, it's Wednesday. Why didn't we just make one step and say do this 6 times instead of 3 steps adding 2 each time? Come on now, Lego. Had to find the rest of these bricks. There's 4, 5, 6. Really, flour? Where is this? Okay, I can't see. Well, I just bumped that one straight off of where I had it, but there's that. Okay. This goes there. And this flower popped off. Let's see. I'm probably not going to be able to just put back on. Yes, pull them all off because that's the only way to get this out. Nope. Crazy takes the trash, like empties, like, you know, like food that you put in the fridge and then never gets eaten. So it's got to go. And, you know, takes the trash out. It started because, like, for the longest time, Boy Wonder wasn't actually, like, tall enough to take the trash out. Like, he wasn't tall enough to, because we have one of those metal, you press the foot and it opens. So it has an inner bin that you pull out that holds the trash bag. And he wasn't actually, like, tall enough to be able to lift that inner bin out without, like, tipping it and making a mess on the floor. So Crazy did the trash part and took it down to the street. But he's getting tall enough now to where he can probably soon start doing that himself. So, like, it's his job to get the trash to the street, except for the cat litter, because that's her job. But, like, Fantasy empties the bathroom trash into the big trash and things like that. This, like this. And the reason the trash became his job is because Fantasy, when we had our dog, would feed the dog every day. And then they would pick up the poop in the backyard together. And so that was like, you know, the taking the trash out one time a week equaled, you know, relative to her feeding the dog every day. Yeah, well, Kevin, I think it's because different teams write the directions different ways, but I feel like there needs to be like some kind of universal rule. Like, there's no need that needs to be 3 steps. Like, a universal rule is like, if you need to make a tower of 6 blocks, it's 1 step. Like, there's no need to make it multiple steps. We'll be doing a look, trying to find something to keep my mind busy. I feel that. I feel that. But welcome in, Cosmic, and I hope you're doing good. I know you're inching ever closer to the finish line, slowly but surely. And I know at the end it feels like forever. At least it did for me. You're like, listen, I'm done. Yeah, they do too. They do sometimes, Kevin. Oh, I put the rude. I used to say once they got to 36 weeks, they've been cooked enough. It's okay. Like, you can take them. I'm done. Like, my turkey baster popped once my belly button popped out. I'm like, nah, I'm good. The turkey says it's done. No, that won't work. Okay, like this. Like, if I go in at 36 weeks, that's fine. It's done. I'm certainly done. Feel free to talk about it if you want to. If not, I totally understand. Sometimes just venting about it helps. Somebody will be like, that bastard. A week after your due date. Oh, no, no. No. They need 10th or 11th. I'm not waiting a whole extra week. I don't even want to wait the weeks I have to wait. No, not a week late. That's horrible. I mean, it's an induction, so I guess they're betting that you want to go into labor naturally on your own. And so they're saying you can go no later than this date. But I'd be like, you can induce me day of. Like, I don't want to go any days longer. So they wanted you to be induced today, but then didn't schedule it to like. Yeah, I understand that. With Boy Wonder, I was ginormous. So I had only gained 17 pounds, but I had no lap anymore. My belly went like all the way to my kneecaps. And like I could lose fantasy completely. Like if she got too close to me, like underneath my belly, I couldn't see her at all. I'd be like, "Hello." I can't reach you either cuz I have tiny arms. But I was at 37 or 38 weeks when they measure from like between your boobs down to your pelvic, like around. I was like 44 centimeters. I was like 6 weeks ahead. Yeah, like when you can't even move, you can't function, you can't do anything. Like you're worried about my blood pressure, but then you won't let me be induced, like now? That is bastard. Right? I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. I would imagine he's mad too. It's just a mess. Like, I hate that they tell you one thing, but then they're like, but don't worry about it. So, something kind of like that happened with my first. So, I was in high school and pregnant, and they're like, my doctor called my school and was like, she hasn't had an ultrasound, or she's only had one ultrasound. Because I didn't find out till I was like 14 weeks pregnant, and they could tell the gender already. Um, so they're like, she needs to come in to have another appointment. So I left school early and went and had another ultrasound. And he went, oh, and I went, I may be a first time mom, but even I know, oh, while you're doing an ultrasound is not great. And they're like, okay, we're going to turn the screen to you and explain something to you. They're like, you see this white on the side? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, that's your hip pelvic bones, you know? I was like, okay. And they're like, and this, and they pressed on the bottom of my stomach, and they're like, you see how he floats back and then floats forward? He's not supposed to do that because it's Friday and you're due Monday. He had not, like, entered the pelvic canal at all. And then they proceeded to tell me that he couldn't enter the pelvic canal at all because my hips never moved. He was resting directly on my pelvic bone. So if I went into labor, contractions would force his head into my hips, into my pelvic bones. They're like, so you don't want to go into labor. If you even feel the slightest bit like you might be going into labor, even if it's not like any kind of regularity to the contractions, immediately go to the emergency room. I was like, why don't you just take him today? And they're like, oh no, you can wait till Monday. And they're like, actually, Monday's a holiday, so we'll do a C-section on Tuesday. Wait, you just told me if I went into labor, it could crack his skull, break a collarbone, crack my pelvis, but you're not going to take him now? You're going to make me wait till Tuesday? If I go into labor over the weekend, I'm telling the ambulance not to bring me here. I was so mad. I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. You just told me it'd be bad to go into labor. Why won't you just take him now? I was the same way. I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, obviously I'm not going to try to go into labor because I don't want that to happen. But like what is the point of telling me all this bad things that could happen and then being like, oh, but it'll be fine till Tuesday? I mean, there are plenty of like old wives' tales and some things that have been proven kind of true that could kickstart your labor, but I don't know that you want to do that either. So 8 bags, and this is where we're at. This is like our front area, like the steps going up. Then we have this, like, I think that's supposed to be like an urn and like a mausoleum type deal, like with the urn. And then we have our cool little pattern floor over here. Oh, I was like, what did I just break? Nothing. And then we have our little skelly guy underneath the floor. And our fat rat, because he probably ate him. I feel ya. It's a shitty situation either way you slice it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they're telling you your BP's not great and they don't want you, that you should be induced, but then they won't induce you. I feel ya. It is. Sometimes the things they do don't make any damn sense. Yeah, that's high. That's not good. Get rid of that. Do this. Okay, where's the new game I got? There, the Pale Beyond. Yeah. I feel you. It doesn't make any sense that they're saying one thing but then they won't actually do the thing. Okay. Let me pause this. Pale Beyond and then sorry. This one. Are you going to capture it? There we go. So, I did a couple weeks ago. I did a demo of a game that funny things happened in it, but this is by the same developer. So I figured we would give it a shot. I put it on my wish list, and then it went on sale for like $3. So But let's check our settings. I always worry about like sound. Like if they're gonna say you need to have like streamer sound or whatever. Okay. Nope. I don't see any of that. So you're supposed to be like the captain of a boat on a expedition to like where there's like frozen ice and stuff. The let's see. Oh, so I read it correctly. Where are you? The description of the game. Sorry. It says you didn't ask to lead this expedition, but here you are, stuck in the ice. Captain missing, miles from civilization. Someone has to take charge, manage your meager resources, balance safety and morale, make the hard calls, and head in the only direction you can, through the pale beyond. So normally it's $15. It's currently 80% off for $3. So I figured, why not give it a shot? It says, can you survive the Pale Beyond? 5 years ago, the Viscount and its crew set sail through the Pale Passage in search of absolute magnetic south. The ship and its crew were tragically lost to the ice, never to be seen again. Her sister ship, the Temperance, shall follow in her path, hoping to find answers where the Viscount failed. I should change my category. The Frozen Wasteland, a polar exploration game set in an unforgiven frozen wasteland where you embark on a treacherous voyage across the ice and through the pale beyond, in a stunning yet harsh landscape that can change at any moment. Every decision matters, and the ice doesn't care. As the expedition unfolds and the polar winter approaches, every decision you make will have a meaningful impact on the story as you navigate your way across the ice. Yeah, like being told that, hey, we really think you should be induced today because of your blood pressure, and then being told, never mind, makes you like more anxious and makes it worse. I'm here, stretch, hydrate. Thank you for the I'm here. We'll do the stretchy stretch. Like I said earlier, I just feel, yeah, like you just feel like you don't know what to do. Uh, well, I stopped because I was reading the description off Steam, so I didn't like progress. It's just like on that screen. So you didn't ask. Okay, wait. You didn't ask. There we go. And then it just says that's what it says about the game. So like the point is to like make your way across the ice or through this passageway of ice. I wanted to make sure I was reading the game correctly. Just, oh, the air be so cold. Of flake and white as a sailor begs their pledge, to the ice they'll pray that leads reveal. Out in the ice they'll stake a claim. I guess we have to pick one of these. It says, to the ice they'll pray that leads reveal. Out of the ice they'll stake a claim. In the dark they'll brace themselves. I'd say one or two, but what do you guys think? Which one should we pick? Yeah, it'd be better to have somebody around. And 30 minutes in an emergency is quite far. Like, an ambulance is typically don't want, like, they'll come and take you, but they don't typically want to take the child with. That's hard, yeah. I mean, I would say, wonder, like, how okay she is with it. Well, that's good. If something were to happen, she's relatively close. I mean, she'd have to leave work, but that's still, like, better than. To the ice, they'll pray that leads reveals some charted course ahead. Of homes they'll dream, to the souls around, of glory found. Let's do this one. Of glory found and forged in frost, so that their tale be spread. A hunger draws the desperate here. But she lives 45 minutes from the hospital, yeah. It's all hard, like, at the end, trying to figure out what's best. Because there are, like, so many parts to it. Oop, we're gonna have ads in a minute. Oh, look, that's the boat on the bottom of the seafloor. That's not great. Crew wanted. Able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chances of safe return, glory to be had in the event of success. That's not really sounding like it's gonna draw the people in. Well, that's good that it's like he doesn't have much longer. But at the same time, it still doesn't really, like, help your situation. I get that. I'm the same way. Like, I had them, they're mine. You're alone in the office. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship and a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. The dedicated rhythm soothes the senses. It stops. Keep waiting. You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. The captain. Do you have all your teeth? Nope, we're in ads. I'm going to just quick see if the things need changing or if they're good the way they are. Like, not done. Nope, still going. Okay. I put my comforter in, so I knew it might take a bit. Oop, let's put... We'll put this back in here on top so we don't lose the stickers or anything. And while we're on break, I'm just gonna check. Breakfast with Santa at the zoo? Maybe. We'll check that out. What's the deal of the day, Target? The deal of pajamas were deal of the day on Sunday, and I meant to try to get our Christmas pajamas, and then I totally forgot about it, that they were the deal of the day. Come on. I'll check that out. Now my phone's like, hey, 75 notifications. Oh, Pokey. The Fortress? A bagworm Pokemon? Let's try Sport Ball. Sport Ball. Pokey Catch Sport Ball. I must have one because it didn't say I didn't. Okay, let's see. All these crazy notifications that just like popped up. Okay. We should be back from ads soon. Okay, we should be back. So it says, sorry, I have enough to get by, or open mouth when the captain asks you have all your teeth. It's the little things you can lose people to. They're worried about scurvy. Were you born a landlubber or a sea dog? Muttwash. So my guess is if you play it like again, but you choose different things, you'll probably wind up doing a different thing. There's not much music to it right now or anything. They leave in a month. I was hoping we would get it to explore that room, but that's okay. Mr. Templeton, Chief Science Officer. Representative of the benefactor. Okay. Okay, so we're setting sail. Week 1 on the Temperance. It's been a month. A hunger draws the desperate here. Such lonely souls need lead. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? I'll lead these souls, so help the gods, out of the pale beyond. First Mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on, and 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. I've never been on a ship like this before. A technical marvel, elegant machinery expertly weaved through one of the fastest hardwood ships of its day. Reborn for this mission, breathing again with life, she's simply magnificent. There are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice. To pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. The crew are a strange lot, eclectic as the ship itself. As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I'm not sure what to make of our leader. I've heard rumors. Drinking, desertion, there's probably a good reason he's dressed in antiques. Despite that, I find myself warming to the man. I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. Such exquisite modifications to the ship mustn't have come cheap. I intend to investigate further. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. It's days like these I make sure to do my share of the sailing. He winks. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Did you ever take the helm in the merchant navy, or were you stuck carrying crates? Here, why don't you have a try? So zoom. Look if we zoom way out. Okay, he wants us to go to the captain's quarters. The tub. Ooh, the Kraken. A battle with the Kraken. Apperton Tinning Co. Okay. A stowaway. A Mushhold family Pokemon. Basic ball, fastball, featherball. Pokey catch. Fastball. I haven't even been paying attention if I've been catching any of the Pokemon. So he knew where we were going, and he still tried to stow away. Ooh, I caught him. Family of 4 has been caught. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can answer back in a minute. Now that's all settled, I have one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. You couldn't mistake them for another. That's not slightly worrying. You'll be on the news. Oh no, what'd you do? Uh, we got about a half an hour left. I like the other game where it like reads it off for you and then you don't have to read it out loud. It's got a lot of like talking points. So these are sailors, scouts, engineers, scientists, specialists, resources, and key items. Two Johns. No, his dad's got one arm. And clearly something scratched him or whatever on his face. So this is our cabin. Can't really like zoom in on it or anything. Okay, can't go any further down right now. So up and up. So we advance the week. I don't know if I'll play this again on stream. It doesn't, it's a lot of reading. A scatterbug. It's an event spawn. Let's try sport ball again. I like the drawings, but there's just a lot of reading. I wish it read it to you, but So that, like, 2 Fridays ago, uh, the Boy Wonder School had a field trip to a local train museum, and they had a snowbreaker, like a snowbreaker engine. It looked pretty cool. Okay, crazy. If people die, that'll help too. Ooh, too fast. In about a little less than 10 minutes, we'll find somebody to raid into. Look at his hair. Welcome back. There's a not a lot like really happens in this game. It's a lot of just like reading. So I don't know if I'll play this again on stream. Okay, we can't change. So not a So I guess it wants this. It won't let me move the food rations. Like you play one day, but it's a whole week. Asna Gouda. That's fine. Someone to raid into. Pull you. Oh, yes. Pull you over here. And you back over here. Yeah. Follow. I don't remember, did we go to somebody new or somebody we know on Sunday? That's what I thought, because I was like, I don't remember. So we can go to somebody we know. Let's see. My Star's on, Yeti's on, Sarcastic Kitten's on, Zach Rutledge, Queen Zoe, Simpson. See what Simpsons is doing. I really gotta like write it down because I can't ever remember. It's when my brain's like, oh, well, it happened, but it's over now, so it doesn't matter. Let's do this. Following. Okay, he hasn't been on very long, so. Thank you for hanging out. Let's do shout out. Oh, for Simp. Sons 99. Then we do way for Simps. Oh, I cannot type today. Everything's backspace, backspace, backspace. Thank you for hanging out today. Like I said, I don't know. I probably won't play this game on stream again because there's not a lot of like music to it or anything, and it's just a lot of reading. So I doubt I'll play it on stream again. But I only paid $3 for it, so not too bad. I think we've come to the concession. We'll try to do like 8 bags a stream, and that'll get us over the next 3 weeks. And then the last week of the month for like Thanksgiving week, we're going to visit friends, so we won't be in town, and I won't stream Tuesday and Thursday, but I will stream that Sunday. Sorry, quick answering fantasy. But we'll be back Sunday with this, and then I don't know what after. And then Sunday we'll play whatever game. But thank you all for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the build. Probably not the game so much, because like I said, it was just a lot of reading and that's about it. But I hope you enjoyed the stream, and thank you, Carrot, for the raid, and Sergeant Dino Pants for the follow, and I had one yesterday, a new follow, Warmer 12. So thank you all for the follows and the raids, and Digno. I don't know why my brain Dingo Pants. I don't know why my brain went Dino and not Dingo. Sorry, Sergeant Dingo Pants. Cause my brain's not working today. Like all day. Like I can't read. I can't type today. But thank you all for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully I'll see you sometime in the next week or so in my stream, your stream, somebody else's stream. Hopefully, everybody has a good week. I pressed raid now. Why